in the community. Today in studio, we have the Wilson Gray Elite 7th grade AAU team. Obviously, you know, for myself and my background, basketball is a very special thing to myself. And to have these young people in studio is an honor for myself because they play basketball and also because they're from the community I'm from, which is Hartford. At this time, we're going to give them a chance to introduce themselves before I go on further and ask them some questions. We'll start right here with our coach.
Hi, my name is Monique Biggs, and I'm the coach of the Wilson Gray Elite Girls 7th grade team.
Hi, I'm Khalees Harris. I go to Timothy Edward Middle School, and I am in 6th grade.
Hi, my name is Janae Winter. I go to Hartford Magnet Trinity College Academy, and I'm going into the 8th grade.
Hi, my name is Suleiman Anu. I am the coach of the Wilson Gray Elite Girls basketball team.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Cheyenne Smith. I go to Hartford Magnet Trinity College Academy, and I'm going to 8th grade.
Hi, my name is Felicia Duncan. I'm going to 7th grade, and I'm going to St. Cyril.
Hi, my name is Gianna Gonzalez. I'm going to 8th grade, and I go to Bachelor School.
Now, as we get started today, guys, again, I'm pleased to have you guys in studio, and I want you to make sure, one of the things, guys, I want you to feel a little comfortable. I know we're all nervous in here, but also I want you to make sure you give a good representation of yourselves. Obviously, we know you guys are successful on the court, but I want to make sure you let everybody know that you're successful as people as well, all right? And I heard you guys just talking about your record a little bit. Can you guys give me what your record was, or what it is at this current time?
24-2.
24-2. I mean, how many years has this been in existence, the YMCA AAU team?
Just 1 year, just one season. This is our second season.
So you guys are actually into your second season. I mean,
Yes.
that's a phenomenal record. You're talking about 24 wins and only 2 losses. I mean, that's unbelievable. What was it? Do you guys have any recollection of what it was last year? About?
Well, I'll say that we started off the season last year pretty rough. A lot of the girls were new to playing organized basketball, and so the beginning of the season, we had maybe probably 2 wins and a couple of losses under our belt. But as the season progressed, we improved a great deal, recruited some more players, and hence the record that we have now.
Right. So we're going to, right immediately, when you guys introduced yourselves, we talked about your grade, your school that you were attending, correct? But what I want to know, because one of the most important things to me, obviously with the basketball, but also with your academics. So, Shai, I want you to tell me, how were your grades at school?
I made honor roll twice, and I'm a B average student.
B average student, that's pretty good. What about you, Gianna?
I am a B average student. I struggle in math. Yeah, math isn't my thing.
And what grade are you in again?
7th, I'm going to 8th.
Going to the 8th grade in what school?
Bachelor.
Okay, so you plan on doing better in math this year.
Yes.
What math are you taking? It's okay if you forgot. Like, what math did you take this past year? Was it just mathematics? Was it pre-algebra? Was it algebra?
I think it was mathematics.
Just mathematics? Oh, okay. I guess we can shift gears and go back to the basketball portion of it now. Again, your record was very successful. But I want to ask you 2 ladies in front, and both of you can answer. Like, how many years have you been playing organized basketball?
Well, I've been playing at the Y since I was 5 years old, and then
Wow. Since you were 5?
Yeah.
Now, how many years have you been playing like organized basketball, like part of a team?
5.
Since you were 5? Oh, okay.
I used to play for Saturday Hoopsters when I was about like 6.
Right.
And I think I've been on AAU team since.
Oh, you've been on an AAU team since you were 6 years old. So you guys have a long time, and again, an advantage over a lot of people being a part of some structured basketball. And now as we move to the coaches, Coach Mo, how long have you been coaching?
I've been coaching basketball at the Y since about 2008.
Okay.
Before the Wilson Gray was built, I coached boys at Quirk Middle. It was a boys league. There weren't any girls playing organized basketball at that time. And then we transitioned over to the Wilson Gray Y once that was built. And I've been coaching over there since then, boys mostly. And then Khalees and a couple of other girls were some of the first girls that I started coaching on the co-ed team. So since about 2008.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you guys actually had a co-ed team at the YMCA?
Yes.
Was it like a travel team or?
No, it was just league basketball.
Oh, okay,
Right
okay.
at the YMCA.
Okay. And what about yourself?
This is my first year currently here with the Wilson Gray Girls Basketball. Prior to that, I did some coaching, the East Hartford Park and Rec team.
Okay.
And locally around a couple leagues, working with the kids, helping them out.
Right. And before I move on to this next question for some of the athletes, for the coaches yourself, I know you guys have a record of 24-2. But what were some of the biggest challenges that you guys faced, whether it was from the beginning, getting all the girls on the same page, as you mentioned, recruiting new girls, having them fit in? What were some of your biggest challenges this year?
I would say one of the challenges we definitely had was, like you said, getting them on the same page. I think a lot of them weren't expecting to have to run as much this year. So, we brought a different style of working out to get prepared. So, the 5 full court suicides, the multiple sprints and all that, a lot of them had to adapt to it. But, one thing I can say about the girls, and I'm pretty sure Coach Mo would agree with me, is no matter what task we put in front of them, they always seem to tackle it as a group.
Right.
So, I could tip my hat off to them for that,
Right,
no complaints.
kind of creating a different culture out there. That's good to see these girls, come into the form. What about you, Coach Mo?
I think Coach Sully put it on the head. I think the work ethic has been something different, introducing them to that at a younger age, preparing them for high school, then for college. I think we've been blessed as coaches from a standpoint of when you usually get a group of girls together, there's usually a lot of cattiness going on. We haven't really had that on our team. Fortunately, these girls, we've recruited players mid-season, beginning of the season, and they've accepted the girls just as if they were with the team from the beginning of the season. I think a challenge that we've had and continue to have is a financial challenge in trying to continue to build our program, build the brand for this team and the name. But I'm confident that with the continued support of our parents as well as the community, we'll continue to do great things in the greater Hartford area.
Right. No, that's good to hear. Now, we'll ask Felicia. Now, Felicia, you haven't gotten a chance to speak to yet, but as I mentioned to you earlier, you look like you were ready to play a basketball game when you first sat in that chair. So, but what I want to ask you, the same question that I asked the coaches, like, what was some of your biggest challenges coming into this season?
Maybe learning the plays correctly and shooting under pressure.
Shooting under pressure. Wow. I mean, that's an unbelievable answer. You usually don't expect somebody like that to say that. And to, how do you kind of teach that, and how do, it's funny because your coach was just talking about the example that she used was from last night's game. Ray Allen taking that shot under pressure, and obviously it comes from preparation. Hours and hours of being in the gym and instilling confidence from the coaches to yourself, but also in yourself that you're going to always make that shot. But unbelievable answer. Gianna, let me ask you the same thing. What were some of your biggest challenges this year?
Well, I think some of the biggest challenges was shooting the ball correctly. Because every time I try to shoot the ball, it won't go in. And I get frustrated about that, but my coach told me that it doesn't matter about shooting, it's about playing hard.
Right. Oh, you mean so it's not only about shooting, just making sure you give a 100% effort every time while you're out on the court, right?
Yes.
Right. So scoring points is not the only way you can impact the game. And obviously that's definitely a good message, but make sure you stay in that gym on your own time, though. If you're serious about making shots, it got to come after the YMCA time as well, that you putting that time in the gym if you want to be a good shooter. Now let me ask some of you guys, and I know some of you guys were thinking about this as we were talking about earlier, some of your biggest influences, in your lives, some different people, and it can range. Hey, don't be afraid to throw out a name that might be, that we might not be expecting. But we'll start here. Who were some of your biggest influences in your life?
Some of my biggest influences are my parents, because they come to every game, they support me, and they bring me to practice every time we have practice, and they make sure that I get to.
Oh, okay, please.
Mine are my dad and Coach Mo, and my mom, because they
we're back to you. We've been missing you. We haven't talked to you in a while.
I'd like to thank my parents for being there and helping me get to practice in my games. And I'd like to thank Janae because she's the one who made me start playing basketball.
Oh, really? Yeah, so the little point guard drug a center on the court. All right, that's good. Teamwork, buddy system. Gianna?
Well, I think the biggest influences are, I would have to say my mom and my dad and my coaches, because they help me out with stuff from basketball, and they teach me how to they teach me how to play basketball very well, because I wasn't really good at it when I started.
Yeah.
And they teach me just how to have fun, play basketball, and just try your hardest and work together as family.
Good. No, that's, I mean, because some of the things you talk about, as you talk about your parents instilling that into you, your coaches instilling that into you, because there's a lot more that comes into basketball when we talk about, especially with team sports and just scoring all the time. You know, yeah, you want to have fun, you want to be competitive, but it builds those responsibilities, it builds friendships, it builds that team camaraderie, you know, and it's great when you're competing as a team, because not only are you playing for yourself, you've got to play for that person that's next to you that put in all those hours of work and practice with you every day. All right, so I mean, that's unbelievable. We're going to ask some other good questions too in a second, but we'll start with Felicia, because yeah, she's aggressive and she's ready to play. But Felicia, what I want to ask you is, what is your favorite breakfast food?
That would be M&M pancakes.
M&M pancakes, unbelievable.
I like bacon. A nice tall cup of orange juice.
A nice tall cup. Okay, you gotta have that with M&M pancakes, though.
And
There's more?
sometimes cheesy scrambled eggs.
Cheesy scrambled eggs. This is unbelievable. I think Shy's ready to answer too. I think she got her breakfast food ready.
She ready.
What's your favorite breakfast food, Shy?
I like everything.
Khalees, you were correct when you said that. Come on, you gotta give me something. You're like your favorite. You know.
I like pancakes.
Pancakes? Pancakes as your favorite? Okay. Gianna, what's yours?
I like to go to this restaurant. It's called Mitchell's.
Mitchell's.
Yeah, and I get fried eggs with white toast, spuds, and bacon on the side.
Oh, okay. So you got your meal already prepared every time you go there. Like, this is what I want. You don't even have to look at the menu.
No, I don't.
Oh, you looking at me like you either hungry or you thinking like, I know what I like for breakfast. What you like for breakfast?
Anything at Denny's.
Anything at Denny's.
Just anything, huh?
Anything.
Just look at the menu like, look, you got a different thing you ask your mom for every time you go, huh?
Yes.
Khalees, what about you?
I like bacon, and to go to this place,
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the fried apples are good. And I like eggs and pancakes.
Oh, okay, good. Now, Coach, I won't ask you guys about your food. You know, you might be shy about weight. You're like, I ain't shy, never. I eat what I want. I'm in shape. But what I want to ask you now, as far as the season goes, 24-2. Now, from a personal standpoint, even though records don't indicate everything, like I would just like to know, like, what is your personal feelings about how the season is going for yourselves?
I've always, since I started coaching these girls last season, any of them will tell you, my motto is, I don't care about the wins or the losses. It's about growth and development of the girls on and off the basketball court. So to see these girls transition from tweens to teens, from being introverts to becoming out being extroverts, to being girls that say that I can't do it, to crying, to being the girls that are not afraid to take the shots, and overcoming all of these fears that they once have had prior to being a part of this team is a big accomplishment, because for me, it's about instilling life skills in young inner city girls can transfer those skills into everyday life. And if I can use that correlation from the basketball court into the modern day world, see those girls blossom, then which is what's taking place in front of us. I'm elated, ecstatic, and just only optimistic about what's yet to come.
Right, exactly. Now let me just add. Now, are there any other girls teams over at the YMCA? Like, do they have any other age groups? Or is like this team?
We have the 7th grade team.
Right.
They have an 8th grade team over there.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So there are other teams, and obviously I know the AAU world is just flooded with different age groups. I wasn't sure how many teams were over there representing the YMCA.
But can I say something real quickly? I think what's different with the program with the YMCA versus other AAU programs is that the Y, as well as us, have tried to make this program not only more affordable, because as you know, AAU is extremely expensive, and also our program, I like to say, is different, at least even with this team, is that it's just more than basketball with these girls. They do a lot of team activities outside of basketball, from sleepovers to birthday parties to anything. So I think that makes our AAU program, while there's a lot of AAU programs out there, that makes our program a more unique
type of program.
Tackling on what she said, within the YMCA base, what she says about our AAU team, what separates us and what I think brings the unity so close is that we have a great deal of parents who, the time we put in, they put in with us. And then they communicate with us just as well as we communicate with the kids, and they understand that we have an understanding of what they want from home, and we have that same goal. Me and Coach Mo both have, special relationships with kids and on the team. My daughter plays, and basically we have the same goal that they have at home, and that's to have them understand that family is number one. So we have these girls not just play basketball and go home. We have them play basketball, learn together, grow together, go home, communicate, and join and have activities outside of basketball. So again, to add to what she was saying, it's not just basketball. It's about seeing these young ladies grow up to go to college and helping these mothers have the satisfaction of watching their kids walk across the college stage and get a free scholarship.
And obviously, some of the things that you guys talked about, just to seeing their development, their maturity, how, and as I even mentioned at the beginning, how they represent themselves not only on the court but off the court. It's a great thing to see you guys here. But even I'm the type of guy that's going to follow your progress now that I got a chance to get to know you guys. Because one of the things I do, I have a youth organization. As we speak on that, you talk about being involved in different things outside of it. We're going to be working together as far as a fundraiser this coming weekend. Which just trying to help you guys out a little bit with raising some funds for your future trips and different things like that, whether it goes to uniforms, traveling, or etc. But just being involved in the community and letting people know that you exist, on a different level. Because obviously, if it's more about basketball, you need to make sure you step out there and let them know that it's more about basketball. All right. We're going to conclude this first segment of the Moore Report. We'll be back to you guys in a few minutes.
I'm Michael Jordan. McDonald's restaurants have given me this time to talk to you about something we both really care about: kids. Kids are the reason McDonald's sponsors their Get It Straight program, a national drug awareness effort. Think about this. Many of you using drugs out there now are under 18. Do you realize that at 18 you have lived only 1/4 of your life? When you're using drugs, you're only cheating yourself out of the chance to find out who you really can be. And believe me, if you don't use drugs, you can just about be anything you want to be. Listen, you got at least 3/4 of your life to go. That's 3 more lifetimes to you. So don't blow it. Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help. McDonald's wants you to give yourself a chance to find out all the wonderful things you really can be. And so do I.
second half of the Moore Report. Today in studio we have the Wilson Gray Elite 7th grade AAU team. For this segment, we actually brought in the rest of the team. They had a bunch of girls here today representing their team, and we couldn't fit them all in the studio at once. So the girls that have just joined us, they'll be introducing themselves. We'll start right here.
My name is Deasia Stevenson. I just finished 7th grade. I'm 13. I go to John C. Clark Elementary and Middle School.
Well, which school is that?
John C. Clark Elementary and Middle School.
Oh, okay. Where's that located?
On Clark Street.
Oh, okay. Oh, Clark Street School. Oh, okay. They just added some more letters to it. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Hey, Arnold. I'm in 6th grade, and I go to O'Connell International Baccalaureate School.
Man, it's a long name. That's good. I'm glad you remembered that. Where's that school located?
East Hartford.
East Hartford. All right.
My name is Sierra Gonzalez. I just finished the 8th grade, and I'm going to Greater Hartford Academy of Performing Arts.
All right. Big time.
My name is Najee White. I just finished the 7th grade, and I go to John C. Clark Junior Elementary and Middle School.
Oh, okay. The junior and elementary. They got all of that as part of the name? So if you got to write school on the paper, you got to write that whole thing out?
Yeah.
I failed that test. You just write Clark right there. people would know what that is. Hey, and as I talked about it with the other girls, one of the things that I'm really into, I like kids with good grades. I need for you guys to tell me, one by one, how your grades are doing. We start right here.
My grades are fine. I have all A's and 1B.
Wow, that's very impressive. Very impressive. What about you, Sierra?
I'm a B average.
B average student. I think did your sister say the same thing?
Yes.
Different grades, y'all cheating off each other. Y'all both get B average. So that's actually pretty good as well.
My grades are pretty good. I have B's. I'm a B average student.
B average student, good. Good. What about you, Deasia?
I got mostly A's and a little bit of B's.
Mostly A's and a little bit of B's. What's a little bit of B's? Like a couple, two?
Yeah, couple.
All right. Hey, and guys, listen, like I said, as in the first segment, I'm pleased to have you guys on here. One, this is the first show that we had with females as the stars of the show.
All right.
Definitely. But also, being from different areas, greater Hartford community, but you guys are representing Hartford, obviously the city that I grew up in as well. And to see you guys being so successful in the classroom, because every great girl that I asked, they told me the grade probably a B or higher. Everybody's got a B or higher grade point average right now. But also to see you guys doing so well on the court, with the successful record that they told me you guys have. But what I want to touch base on a little bit, I'll start with you, Deasia, because you're looking at me like I need to know, what are some of your biggest challenges on the court this season?
Some of my biggest challenges is when, mostly it would be tall people, or taller people, taller than me, and then I have to just use my speed against them, and I have to conquer them. Yeah.
Conquer? That's a strong word.
Like a
Definitely, you watch a lot of movies. Conquer.
She said she's a B average.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. What position do you play?
I play shooting guard.
Shooting guard. All right. Are you pretty quick? You got a pretty good handle?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Sierra, now for yourself, what are some of your biggest challenges on the court this year?
Say the question again?
What are some of your biggest challenges on the court this year? Different things that you face?
Well, when I mess up, I try not to get mad at myself because it's not good to get mad at yourself in the game.
That's good. And then you think that's it?
Yeah.
That's it. The only thing we gotta work on. Okay. Good. And about you, Miss? Tonight, right? Tonight. What about you?
My biggest challenge is trying to work on my left hand.
Okay.
Trying to dribble down the court without it taken away. And that's probably my biggest challenge.
Okay. Now, are you practicing it on your left hand?
Yes.
In practice?
Yes.
What about outside of practice? Don't be looking over there at him like that. Looking over there at him like, wait a minute now. Should I tell the truth on this one?
I like the honesty.
You gotta make sure you stay in the gym, right? If you want to have a good hand, you gotta put that time in outside of practice as well. We had a chance to talk a bit with the coaches a little bit earlier. but I'll just ask them a couple more questions. But before I get back to you guys, and this is a question I'm gonna ask you guys too. Now, you guys watched the NBA Finals game last night?
Yes.
You guys watch basketball?
Yes.
You sure? Because some of you, I don't know. Yes. Okay. So we'll start with Coach Mo. Game 7's tomorrow. Who you got?
Team Heat. Ray Allen all day. Team Heat. Ray Allen all day.
Take the Heat out and just put Team Allen.
So that's all it is?
Team Heat. Team Allen all day.
All right. Coach, what about you?
I'm a diehard Chicago Bulls fan, but I'm going for Team Spurs.
And, well, let me ask you, why is that?
First of all, I feel as though Miami has a lot of talent.
Right.
You can't take that away from LeBron, his talent, but I just feel as though one of the biggest statements or quotes that I took, Michael Jordan said, "Why would you go play with your competition?" You know what I mean? And that right there, it set the path for me because I felt like Cleveland was trying to build everything for LeBron. And they were like probably 1 or 2 players away from him having that team. And players like Kobe, Jordan, Iverson stuck through the storm and got their team to whether they won a championship or not, they got there. You know, and I felt like I just wanted to see LeBron stay there for 1 or 2 more years and see if he could have won a championship or made it to the finals with him. And not to take nothing away from him.
So you want the Spurs to win because you don't like LeBron.
No, I love his talent, but I just
look at the age, you're like, yeah, that's right.
Old school basketball. I tell the girls to watch basketball heavy.
Yeah.
When you talk about basketball and how basketball should be ran on the court, you should be looking at San Antonio Spurs. You know, they drop it down and they get it out. They swing the ball, they don't grab it and look and wait and dribble 5 times, 10 times. They keep the ball moving and they rotate. And that's one of the essences of basketball that if we don't keep the kids looking at it while it's still there, it could get lost.
No, I understand what you mean because the San Antonio Spurs, they're probably, you know, I'm sure more teams do it in the NBA than just them, but they're definitely one of the best teams in the NBA on the NBA level, as we talk about professionals, that you can actually learn fundamental stuff from.
Correct.
You know, by watching them play as a team. So I definitely
Can I ask you a quick question?
Understand with that. No.
Okay,
What is it?
Real quick, what you think about that last second block last night? Was it a foul?
He got blocked.
I would not call that a foul.
That was a block.
You know, I think in that, and again, I won't even say in that situation because I'm not that type of guy. If you're gonna call it at one point, but I don't think that was necessarily a foul. I think he got a lot of ball early. You know, their bodies brushed against each other. But I think what it is the nature of the NBA today. A lot of that stuff is called foul. And so you never know when they're going to call it and when they're not going to call it. So you're thinking like, wait, you called that, 2 games ago. What about today? What about in this situation? So it's a little tricky watching today.
Let me just say this.
Yes.
Sully rooting for the Spurs. I still invite him to the victory party.
Everybody to the victory party. All right, so you young ladies, now you guys been watching? Have you really been watching? Look at Sierra like, no. I hear you. Who you got? Spurs. Father-daughter thing. Who you got?
Heat.
Okay, let me ask you. Heat, you said it loud, so why you like the Heat?
Because I like the Heat because 1, my favorite player on that team. 2,
who's your favorite player? Mario Chalmers?
No, Dwayne Wade.
Oh, okay.
And they just to me, they dominant together, and they've been going through teams like it ain't nothing.
Oh, okay.
What about their defense?
Their defense is good too.
Oh, okay. Is that like the YMCA Wilson grade 7 grade elite team? Is that how y'all do it?
Yeah.
No, our defense. That means our defense.
I guess I can relate to Miami in that. the winning spree and the defense.
The defense, we dominate.
Najee, what about you?
I'm going for the Spurs.
You going for the Spurs? Why is that? Why are you going for the Spurs?
Because I don't like the Heat at all.
Oh, you just don't like them. Oh, okay. And may I ask you why?
Because LeBron is on there and he has a poor attitude.
LeBron is on there and he has a poor attitude. Oof, we're gonna end that right there. Because we might start getting callers in for the first time. Yeah, we definitely might. We might just, So So let me ask you guys now. You guys have played what 26 games, I guess it was. You know, your record is 24-2. I'm not sure if everybody's gonna play every game. But let me just ask you, if you can think back during the season. I'll get this from each one of you. We'll start with you, Sierra. If you can think back during the season, what was like one of your most memorable moments or actual games during the season? A point that you can always remember, like, I can remember that happened. That was great. Or it could be bad too.
It could be bad too. Most memorable games is when we played a team. They're called TT Wave, and that was a tough game.
No, it was a tough game.
It was a really tough game. I don't know. That game is in my head still. Like every time we play a game.
Did you win?
Yeah, we won.
Oh, okay. And it's so funny because it doesn't even have to be a specific moment in the game. Sometimes you might not even know why, but I'm sure.
I really don't know why.
But because that it's stuck in your head because you said like it was just a tough competitive type of game. It's a tough competitive situation. And I think that we won't keep saying LeBron, but that's something he said after the game last night. It was probably like the hardest fought, one of the best games he's ever played in. You talk about the roller coaster of emotions during that game. They talk about when it was 20 plus seconds left in the game in regulation. They about to bring the trophy out. They about to bring the trophy out. The Spurs about to celebrate on Miami's court. They said they had the guards around the trophy near the court. Yeah. So and then when it went in overtime, we need to hide this thing. We need to bring it back. So the roller coasters of that, that game, the emotions were unbelievable. So I can understand that, not necessarily a specific moment, but wow, that game was, and it stuck with you.
And then Ray Allen said, no,
yeah,
not today.
He definitely is. I mean, he's a confident guy. I heard one of the people interviewing him, and he said, yeah, I got excited about that shot at the end, but I knew it was going in. He said, yeah, I got excited about the shot, but I knew it was going in. I mean, that's just years of shooting that ball.
Yeah, he knew.
Yeah, I mean, the way it went in, it was just like, wow. It touched the bottom of the net.
I didn't even look at the shot. All I looked at was, if you can look at his desk, his feet was probably.
Oh my god! Listen,
at that height or a little higher. He was high.
I don't even mean to turn this into that type of thing going on right now, but it was just unbelievable when you talk about shot preparation. How he's backing up and still got that elevation on his shot. Made sure his feet was behind that line and still got that type of elevation on his shot.
Yeah.
You kidding me? Same follow through, his body straight, and that follow. It was just like that was like one of the best shots I've seen. It was it's unbelievable. That guy put in that's why he leads the NBA in most 3-pointers made.
Work ethic.
Yep. DeAsia, now what about yourself? Is there a point during the season, either a memory during a game or actual game that probably sticks out in your head?
It's like favorite parts of the game. My favorite part is when because of our defense, I always be able to bring the game back, or my other teammates won't be able to bring the game back, and then we'll win it. They would come on the court and be like, "Hey, good game." That's I love that.
Okay. And I'm sure it probably even feels better if you're probably down a little bit in the game. And then you make those defensive runs and the team start cheering you on, your coaches start rooting you on, everybody in the stands start rooting you on, and then you pull out that victory. Now that's definitely a great feeling. What about tonight looking like? Wait a minute, ask me, I got something to say.
Well,
see, she's ready.
my most memorable game is when we played the 11th and 10th graders, and we won.
Oh, okay.
Because that was kind of a challenge.
Right.
Because we were a little shorter, and they thought actually they underestimated us because we were shorter than them, and they thought they were gonna blow through us.
Where were they from?
That team was, I believe, out of Massachusetts.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, today we didn't even know that they were we didn't even know they were high schoolers.
Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't know they were high schoolers.
Oh, so they just like open tournaments, like?
No, it was an AAU tournament, but we didn't know that we were supposed to be in the 8th grade.
Oh, you were playing up. That's what y'all. Okay.
We were supposed to be in the 8th grade bracket, and the way we found out was one of our parents does the books,
yeah,
and one of their parents were doing the books, and his funny the way the game started. Before the game, the pregame, some of the kids were running behind. The parents were running behind. They were on campus but didn't know where the gym was. So we had probably like the 5 smallest kids on the team sitting there, you know, ready for the game. And they had a girl probably about a little bit shorter than you. And she was the main one with probably the second tallest girl looking like.
That's it? That's all y'all brought to this game?
So they called down to the wire and everything, like, do we have to play them? They're small.
Oh.
So actually Glenn said, oh, their team will be there. And he said, their team will be there. And from what I know, they're pretty good. Hey, like me and Coach Mo said, these girls never complain. They always go hard. They accept any challenge and they conquered that team.
That's big time. I like that story.
Yes.
What about you, Coach Mo? Let me ask you, and I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. I know the most memorable moment, but what point in the season did you think, like, man, you know what? This team is real good. Like, we can be pretty doggone good.
Wow. I think we were at either 11 or 13 wins. Either 11-0 or like 13-0.
Okay.
And I don't I don't care about the wins and losses, but I just knew that we were like running through these tournaments and these teams, and you know, we're always looking for competition and always looking to improve ourselves on the court as a team, as coaches. But when we're like 11-0 or 13-0, and I'll just talk about some of the memorable experiences for me. Just when I see players, like when I tell them to do something, whether it's to fix their form, you know, different fundamental things like beefy. I taught Gianna, she was out here earlier. You know, balance, elbows, follow through every time, and she did that at the foul line in the game. And she looked over afterwards and she smiled and she and I and I said, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. So when you see the girls actually do what it is that you're trying to coach them and teach them to do, and they see that it actually works, those are memorable moments that mean more to me than just the wins and the losses. Or when you have you know, the parental support that we have, and get text messages from parents that talk about how this basketball experience has personally done something for them and their families. Those things are, and being a part of this team and what Sully and I are doing. But I think that high school game that we played up in was probably so far another memorable one, because the team underestimated us. And even afterwards, I had other coaches and recruiters who run the basketball camps and coach at the college level come over to me and talk about our team and getting the way we coach and getting some of our girls to be a part of some bigger programs, 5-star basketball and so on and so forth. And you know, those are things that you know that the work that you're doing is good work. You know.
Look at Deasia, like, yeah. Deasia, let me ask you. Okay, so as you guys were sitting there, were you one of the little girls sitting there?
No.
No, you weren't. You weren't one of them. It's like, oh, it wasn't me. I'm 5'1". You know,
she's definitely
talk about the girls that are 4'8". And girls, and you know, this is kind of changing the subject a little bit. I asked some of them before, and we got some really good answers. But I want to know from you, like, we'll start with you, Deasia, because you look like you know. What is your favorite breakfast food?
Pancakes.
I'm gonna tell you, y'all must just have team breakfast at IHOP or something. Like, everybody's saying pancakes. Like, somebody donating batter to y'all? What is it? And pancakes. What else?
Eggs, grits, hash brown, bacon, sausage.
You got the good breakfast. Let's see. Wait. I'm gonna ask Sierra, because I want to see, her sister plays as well. So I want to see if they have the same answer.
Yeah, we have the same answer.
The same restaurant? So you heard what she said?
Yeah.
So what's your breakfast that you like? Is it the same meal too? Oh goodness.
It's the same meal.
So wait a minute. Was it fried eggs?
2 eggs over medium with buds. Toast and bacon.
Good. Today, Today, what about you? This is unbelievable.
Well, I like almost everything in the world.
Okay.
If I had to choose, I like sausage, egg, grits, and toaster strudels.
Toaster strudels. Oh, okay. If you keep looking over there, you're like, buy me some. You tell us what you're trying to tell us. Trying to give you a hint. Like, can you get to the grocery store and get me some toaster strudels?
She just let me know before we came. She said, I got 2 left. I got 2 toaster strudels left. Is that a
Oh my goodness. Najee, what about you?
I like cheesy eggs.
Cheesy eggs as well? I think somebody, who's that said they like, I think that was Felicia's last answer, part of her answer, after she named everything on the menu. And she said cheesy eggs at the end. Again, guys, I would like to thank you guys again, for coming to join us today. Just having you guys and seeing how successful a program, not just a basketball team, as a program that it seems that you guys have going is really, really commendable. I'm sure if they don't know about you, even a little exposure that you might get from here and going on and traveling and making sure you stay consistent with your performances, a lot of people, you're going to really ring some bells around, this East Coast, because I heard you guys got some trips coming up down a little bit south, in the upcoming weeks and another month and a half or so. So I just want to, again, just say congratulations on all of your successes thus far. And I'll see, now will all of these young ladies be there on Saturday?
Oh yes, all of them will be at the Hartford High alumni fundraiser game that you.
Yeah. So we got the the Hartford High. We're actually going to be playing against the Hartford Police Department for a fundraiser game, one of the charity games that we put together. And hopefully you guys were able to raise some funds with the tickets that you sold, and just being able to give you guys, because as I was saying, like the portion that you can make off of it is just, I don't really care about it. As long as it's going back to a good cause, it really doesn't matter to me. And obviously, even the first time getting a chance to meet some of you guys and seeing it, it's even better now. It's even better and more willing to, hopefully we can collaborate on a lot more things to help your program, not only succeed but thrive. Because I look forward to great things coming from you young ladies. You okay, Deasia? She about to start tearing up.
I think your left thumb is losing circulation.
Oh, that was she squeezed it up. She's like, oh my goodness, she's about to start bleeding. And let me just ask you real quick before we take off, young ladies. Let me ask you, what has your experience been like? Playing for the Wilson Gray Elite team.
It's been fun. Having like sleepovers over each other's house and playing and just like fooling around.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Okay. What about you, Najee?
My experience has been great because I used to play with a different league and I never used to play organized basketball.
Okay.
But now I have new challenges and new people to face that I wasn't used to. But my coaches have me ready and used to doing it under pressure and not under pressure. So I won't worry about it.
Let me just say, she was a difficult player to recruit. Someone told me about her, actually another parent on the team told me about her, and I met her, her and Didi, and I told her, you should come play in this team, we're trying to put together a team. And Najee wasn't trying to come.
Yeah.
And actually, Ray Allen put a computer lab in their school. And he said, oh, this one of your players, Monique? I said, yeah, but she don't come to practice.
Yeah.
He told her to come to practice.
And she was there.
Najee been at practice ever since. But I think, like she said, it was just a different team that she was used to playing on. And she's been a great asset to the team. And I'm really glad that she came on board.
Good. What about you, Sierra? What's your experience been like? Like, how many years have you been playing?
For this team?
Yeah.
4 months.
Oh, okay, so you kind of just started midway through. All right.
It's been fun. I've been meeting new friends, bonding with them on the court and off the court. So
okay.
It's been interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They don't make you less nervous?
No.
I'll tell you, she always looks like, wait, I can't wait till you ask me. I got a good answer for you.
Well, my experience has been better. It's been fine. It's actually fun to be here because it's like having a new sisterhood.
guys for over the past hour or so, it seems like you guys have really good camaraderie. You know, it seems like you guys have a great relationship amongst each other, which is a great thing. You know, which kind of lets me know that there is a little more caring than just being on the court. You know, it's actually, you know, more of a personal bond with a lot of you guys. You know, just even meeting you guys outside, you guys seem to be real, you know, though you guys were nervous and shaking when I walked out there, you know, but you all smiled together, laughed together, and tried to encourage each other, you know, even made fun of each other a little bit. But coaches, before we take off, is there anything that you would like to say in regards to the YMCA program or anything?
I'm gonna go so that you can end it off. Basically, I just I want people to understand that, you know, I grew up in Hartford, and one thing that I have realized is that for young ladies, there's not too many programs, especially basketball programs, that, you know, push to help them strive to be, you know, not only great young ladies, but grow to be great women. And we hope that people would, you know, step up and, you know, hopefully with a happy helping hand, you know, help out the organization, and any organization, you know, that comes along that, you know, can benefit the young ladies that's coming up out of Hartford, you know, because we do have a lot of bright young women that
Right.
they're out here every day.
Right, and all have doing the right thing, definitely. What about you, Coach Mo?
I first like to thank you for inviting us onto the Moore Report. This has been a great experience and given us some exposure.
Right.
And like I've told the girls from the day one, you never know who is watching.
That's right.
Who takes an interest, and I thank you for, you know, basically echoing my words.
Right. No problem.
And like Coach Sully said, I think that the support that we've gotten from the community, a lot of people, some people know about us and a lot of people don't. And I think through this show and through what we're continuing to do, we can continue to get more support because, you know, there's always that African proverb that it says it takes a village to raise a child. And while these parents have been so gracious to lend their children to us, the community is also part of that village.
Right.
And we need their support to continue to help build a foundation for these young ladies that are transitioning to young women. I also want to just say that for me, personally, I played basketball since 5th grade. I'm 32 years old, and when I played basketball, there weren't hardly any girls in the inner city playing basketball. I always had to play on boys' teams, which made me a tougher and more competitive player. But to be able to have an experience, and then from playing on boys' teams, I played on AAU teams that were outside of Hartford, and sometimes being the only person of color on those teams. So those were some different challenges of traveling to practices outside of my community and being on different teams. Still a great experience, but I think that what we're trying to do is to continue to let people know and let our kids in our community know that there are programs for girls right here in Hartford that, with the support of the community, can give the girls the same experience of traveling all throughout the country, up and down the East Coast. I know our girls are looking forward to traveling to Washington, D.C. Some of them have not left the state of Connecticut, let alone outside of New York. So I'm sure this is going to be a memorable experience for them.
Right.
But to be able to just be a part of, you know, doing something where I look back when there wasn't any girls playing, girls teams playing in Hartford, to now being a coach of a girls team and building that foundation is just something that's great. And I thank both the community and our parents, because without our parents, honestly, we wouldn't have been able to continue to do what we're doing. But again, thank you.
No problem. And obviously, yep, some of the things that you mentioned with the parental support, with what you guys are doing. Obviously, you wish this is something, you know, we always say that, man, I wish they'd have had this when I was coming up. And obviously, you being taken out of it, you know, out of the Hartford area, you probably wish there was something right in your community that was being able to benefit you the way you're being able to benefit this girl. But it's always great to be able to give back, you know, give back to people in whatever capacity that you can. If you want to just take a second to maybe give out your contact information, anybody want to contact you about either making a donation to the YMCA or to your program?
Yes, they can contact me at area code 860-209-9210, email msbiggs 220@att.net for any interest in signing up girls for the program or any sponsorship of this girls team that we're currently coaching.
My contact information is 860-993-3370. My email account is spazzin082@yahoo.com. And Ken, again, I want to say thank you for having us on your show and helping the community to see that there is a program out here for the young lady that's actually sitting on the couch who will see this, and she's been asking her parents, how can I go play?
Right.
So,
Right. No, again, I appreciate having you guys, and hopefully that all of you can join us this weekend. We'll be at Hartford Public High School Saturday, June 22nd. The event starts at 12 noon. We'll have a DJ, halftime performance, food, and more fun. Obviously, the funds that are raised will be going to the Moore Basketball Clinic Scholarship Fund, as well as the YMCA, Wilson Great Elite YMCA 7th grade AAU team. So hopefully you can join us there. If you have any questions, you can contact me at 860-982-4776. Once again, ladies and gent, I appreciate having you guys on the show today. And until next time on the Moore Report, we'll see you then.